Alright, good evening. Welcome to the casting couch. No, I'm just messing. This is a temporary setup, so I hope you don't mind. But anyway, in today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you 5 ways that you can earn or get free Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. Now, before I go into these different 5 ways, I just have to be super careful with anything that's like free Bitcoin, free cryptocurrencies. Just make sure it's super legit, because as I'm sure you're aware, or you might not be aware, there are so many scams in the cryptocurrency space. So you'll always see those, well, I always see those live videos on YouTube where it's like, oh, send us 1 Bitcoin and we'll send you 2 Bitcoin back. Like Chamath Palihapitiya, he'll be the cover and it'll be an interview with him, and on the bottom, it's obviously fake, will be like, oh, send us Bitcoin and we'll double whatever Bitcoin you send back. That's an obvious scam, and there are countless other scams. So everything I'm going to be sharing with you today is definitely not a scam. However, like, there are certain risks that may come with some of these different ways. So I just ask you to be super careful and research all of these different methods before you go out and try and do these different methods. Even when I got started into cryptocurrency, I started investing in Bitcoin, and then I started looking at different ways that I could earn cryptocurrencies and earn Bitcoin, and I got scammed. I got scammed a couple of times. Well, no, I didn't really get scammed the second way, but I actually fell for any of you have been around in cryptocurrencies for a while, you'll probably remember the BitConnect Ponzi scheme. So I actually got duped by that, and I feel like such an idiot for allowing myself to fall for such a blatant scam when looking back at it. But during the time, it doesn't seem like a scam. Everyone's promoting it on YouTube. Everyone's earning loads of money from this Ponzi scheme. They're saying they have a trading bot that makes 1% cryptocurrencies per day. So I didn't put a fortune in, but I put a decent amount in. If I actually put Bitcoin in, so I didn't even put in dollars. So who knows what that would have been worth now. I also invested in Hashflare, which was a cloud mining company, and basically when Bitcoin's price tanked, my Hashflare contracts became worthless. So if it wasn't for those 2 things, I would have probably another 0.2 Bitcoin or something. So I'm speaking from experience here. Just be careful of the scams. So with all that said, let's get straight cracking on the first way that you can earn Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies, and that is lending out your crypto on legit sites. And the one that I like and the one that I use is Blockfi. So Blockfi allows you to lend out your cryptocurrency to Blockfi, and they take your cryptocurrencies and they do certain arbitrage trades and kind of complicated trades, and they also lend out your crypto to people who need Bitcoin or other cryptocurrencies, and you can get between 6 to 8% on your cryptocurrencies, or maybe it changes, it varies from time to time, but let's say an average 6% per year for just holding your cryptocurrencies on that website. So you might have heard of the phrase, not your keys, not your coins. So when your cryptocurrencies are on Blockfi, you don't actually have physical possession of your cryptocurrency. So for me personally, I wouldn't put all my cryptocurrency onto that exchange or onto that service. So I keep about 30% of my cryptocurrency on Blockfi, earning 6 to 8% interest per year. And it gets paid monthly, which is really nice. So it's actually a pretty good return because you're getting paid monthly, and you can also take out the investment whenever you want. So that's another good bonus. Furthermore, it's backed by Anthony Pompliano, so it's a guy I really trust, and one of the OGs in the Bitcoin space, and one of the top guys, people go always on CNBS talking about cryptocurrencies. So he's a reputable guy, and it's backed by other large people. So it's all your cryptocurrencies are stored on cold storage. I think Gemini store your cryptocurrencies when you put them on BlockFi, or when they're not being lended out or whatever. So it's relatively safe. So BlockFi is definitely not a scam. However, there's always the small chance that like the website gets hacked, or somehow they make some really egregious mistakes and you could possibly lose your Bitcoin, although it is insured as well. So for those reasons, I don't put all my cryptocurrencies in there. But it's also a nice way to diversify your storage. So for me, if I had like most real Bitcoiners like to keep possession of their Bitcoin 100%, but I think might even be safer to have some in cold storage protected by you, or the majority of it, and then have some others in different places like BlockFi earning interest. So if in the event that you somehow lost your hardware wallet, at least you would have some in other places. So it's actually kind of a way to diversify, a less secure way to diversify your storage. But anyway, let's move on to the second way that you can earn free cryptocurrencies. And this is probably, BlockFi is really easy, but this one's also really easy and quite interesting. However, you're not going to earn the same amount as you do with BlockFi. With BlockFi, you can get a serious return. Like, you're getting seriously high amounts of cryptocurrencies for free for doing nothing, which is great. So that's obviously a nice way to increase your Bitcoin stack or your Ethereum stack. I think they take Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, and they take a good few others like Paxos and stuff. But the highest returning for BlockFi is US dollar coin, so actually a stable coin. So that gets like 8% or more. Also, before I get going on the second way you can earn free cryptocurrencies, I just ask that you quickly smash the thumbs up button. It really means the world to me, and subscribe if you haven't already. So I also wanted to add for BlockFi, another good service that you can take advantage of if you want is, instead of saying the Bitcoin in the next year, Bitcoin 5x's or 10x's and is worth 200,000, I'm sure anyone who's watching right now might want to sell a portion of their cryptocurrencies. However, there's another potential way that which I will be looking into and which you might want to know about, is instead of selling your cryptocurrencies, if you want to keep it for the long run, if you love your Bitcoin and you want to keep it for 10, 20 years like I do, and you don't want to sell anything, but you want to take advantage of this crazy run, or you've enormous wealth in Bitcoin or other cryptocurrencies, but you don't want to sell them because you think they're going to go much, much higher over the coming decades, then you can use a service like BlockFi to take a loan out against your cryptocurrencies. So instead of selling 10, 20, 50% of your cryptocurrencies and taking CGT, which that would incur a capital gains tax once you sell it, instead of doing that, you could take out a loan on BlockFi against your cryptocurrencies. So say you have $1 million in Bitcoin. Instead of selling 500,000 and having 500,000 getting taxed 33% on that 500,000, you could take out a loan against your Bitcoin of 500,000 because you have to have a loan to value ratio of 2. So the loan has got to be 50% of the collateral. So the collateral in this case would be Bitcoin. So then you get $500,000 tax free, because obviously you don't have to pay tax on a loan, and you also get to keep your Bitcoin. So you just have to pay the interest payments instead. So just something for you to be aware of. So with that said, let's get on to the second one. And this is one that I actually quite like. I really enjoyed earning cryptocurrencies in this way. And that was watching videos on Coinbase Earn. And obviously, just to mention, if you want to support me at all, there's going to be referral links for all of these different methods in the description box. So for BlockFi and now for Coinbase Earn. So what Coinbase Earn allows you to do is you watch like a 2-minute video about a coin. So let's say there's 5 videos about a certain cryptocurrency that they're going to be bringing onto Coinbase Earn. So there'll be 5 2-minute videos about them, and you'll watch one video and then you'll be asked a question about the video. So the videos are about the cryptocurrency. Let's say it's Bitcoin. So it'll be a 2-minute video describing one aspect of Bitcoin. So once you watch the 2-minute video, and I like to watch it on double speed because you don't really need to watch it on single speed, just watch it on double speed. Save your time. So now it's a 1-minute video. So you're getting $2. So once you answer the question correctly, you get $2 of that cryptocurrency. So that works out at $120 per hour. But obviously there's a limit to the amount of currencies that you can earn. There's not that many videos that you can watch, but I've watched them all and earned probably like $100 from watching videos on Coinbase Earn. And it's quite interesting and fun. So easy way to earn some cryptocurrencies. So that's also linked in the description if you're interested in that one. Alright, so the third method that you can use to earn free cryptocurrencies is by using referral links like I'm doing right now. So invite your friends to Coinbase, you'll get $10 if you invite a friend to Coinbase, and if you invite a friend to order a Ledger Nano, that's a hardware wallet, you can also get some money from that. Also on BlockFi, you can get some pretty decent referral cryptocurrency amounts if you refer people or refer friends. So you're just inviting your friends, you can make a little bit of money, but say you're like me, you have a YouTube channel or you have some sort of platform like a big Instagram account or something, you could probably use that to your advantage and send out some referral links like, oh, I'm really interested in cryptocurrencies. If anyone is interested in investing in cryptocurrencies, use my referral link and we both get $10 or whatever for Coinbase or for any other exchange. If you're more serious and you want to make a lot of money, I'm not going to be shilling this myself, but you can also shill or refer people to leverage trading platforms. So that's kind of, leverage trading is very, very risky. So different ones include, I do a tiny bit of leverage trading myself, but it's definitely not for the faint-hearted or noobs who've just started in cryptocurrency. It's only for serious traders. But there's Femex and there's Bybit that I'm aware of, and I know the referrals for that are pretty handsome, because the more people Femex get or Bybit, like, they make a lot of money from having leverage traders on their platform. All right, so the last two methods are a little bit more advanced than the first three, but yeah, definitely doable. So the fourth one is staking your cryptocurrencies. So you might have heard the difference between proof of work cryptocurrencies and proof of stake cryptocurrencies. So I'm not going to go too in depth on the details, but for proof of stake model cryptocurrencies, Ethereum has just swapped over to a proof of stake cryptocurrency instead of being a proof of work cryptocurrency. So with proof of work, you're just giving electric power to mine the Bitcoin. So Bitcoin is a proof of work. Whereas in proof of stake, you just have to, instead of using electric power, you just have to stake your Ethereum, and staking your Ethereum will validate the transactions instead of using electrical energy to mine the Bitcoin or whatever. So for me personally, I'm not staking any of my Ethereum. It's a little bit too, I don't like the fact that you have to keep it locked up for 2 years. So with Ethereum, you have to, if you want to stake your Ethereum, it's locked up for 2 years. And I don't know if I'll want to sell it within the next year. So I don't want to have it locked away for 2 years, because I might want to sell some of it. And I just haven't been bothered, to be honest. But I am staking my Cardano. So I have a little bit of Cardano, and that is getting staked. And I'm using this wallet called the Daedulus wallet. But it's a little bit tricky, and I don't know, it might not be worth it for you unless you have a lot of Cardano and you want to stake it. But for me with Ethereum, I'm not bothered staking it. I just put most of my Ethereum onto BlockFi, because it's a similar, maybe a slightly less return, but it's just a lot more simple, to be honest. You can also stake some shitcoins on Coinbase directly. So I think like Tezos and other coins that I don't know anything about, you can stake them directly on Coinbase and some other exchanges. So that's a handy way if you have any of those coins that are staked on different platforms. All right, so the last method is also a little bit more advanced, and I got this method from Dan Held. So you might know Dan Held, but he had a little Twitter thread explaining these different ways that you can earn cryptocurrencies. And this is one that I hadn't heard about before, which is selling covered calls of Bitcoin or other cryptocurrencies. Now, I don't do this myself because, again, I'm not really bothered, but you can actually earn quite a lot of interest by selling covered calls. So if you don't know what options are, I'll give you the very, very quickest explanation of what an option is and how you can sell covered calls to make an interest on your Bitcoin. So I'm going to explain what a call option is. So say I want to buy a call option. I think Bitcoin is going to go way higher than 100,000 within 6 months, let's say, just for example. I think it's going to go way higher. So I buy a call option on Bitcoin at 100K with a $10,000 strike price. So that means if I'm buying that option, it means if in 6 months' time, I have the option to buy Bitcoin at $100,000. So I have the option to buy it at $100,000 in exactly 6 months' time. And I pay a premium of $10,000 on that option. So for me to be profitable, I need Bitcoin to go to $110,000. And if it goes to $110,000, then I break even. So basically I pay $10,000 now, and in 6 months' time, Bitcoin's at $110,000. So I can buy Bitcoin for $100,000 and keep the $10,000 difference. However, if Bitcoin goes to $120,000, so I put in $10,000 and Bitcoin, I have the option to buy Bitcoin at $100,000, but the price is $120,000. So I get to keep that extra 20,000. So now I've turned 10,000 into 20,000. But you can see where this is going. So let's say, again, I've paid 10,000 now, and in 6 months' time, Bitcoin is now worth $200,000. So I've basically taken $10,000 and now have the option in 6 months' time to buy Bitcoin at $100,000. However, the price is $200,000. So now I basically get a 10x on my 10 grand. So I buy the $100,000 option of Bitcoin, and I can straight away sell it for $200,000, and I've basically turned my $10,000 into $100,000. Now you might ask, who would sell that? So basically, on the other side of that trade, say I have loads and loads of Bitcoin, and I know at $100,000 I want to sell my Bitcoin. I want to sell one Bitcoin at $100,000. Like, once it reaches that price, I just want to sell that because I have loads more Bitcoin and I want to start taking profits at those prices. So I want to sell one Bitcoin at $100,000 if it gets there. So basically, now on the other side of the trade that I explained, I'm selling this 100,000 call option. So if Bitcoin doesn't reach 100,000, I don't have to sell my Bitcoin, because obviously the person's not going to buy $100,000 Bitcoin if Bitcoin's price is only $80,000, because I'll just straight away lose 20 grand. But for that whole 6 months, I will have earned interest on the Bitcoin because I'm the one selling the option. So this is what Dan Hell does. So this is a nice way. If you have certain prices in your mind where you want to sell your cryptocurrencies, you can sell covered calls at those prices and just earn pretty nice interest depending on the price that you want to sell it or the amount that you want to sell. So you can earn some crazy amounts, up to like 80% annual percentage rate on your Bitcoin. But let's say the 80% annual percentage rate is if you're selling covered calls at 30,000, or let's say 10 grand higher than where the price is right now. So the price, let's say, is 40 grand right now, and I'm selling a covered call in 1 year that Bitcoin's price will be 50,000, because I want to cash out at 50,000. So you're going to earn much higher interest on that, because it's very likely to happen, and that person who's buying that call is probably going to expire in the money, because it's only an extra 10 G's from where it is now. So, but if it's a $500,000 call, then you're not going to get a very high interest on it, because that's probably not going to happen within a year. So that might be an option for you if you have a certain price point where you want to start selling your Bitcoin. Again, I'm probably not going to bother with this myself, but you can earn some seriously good returns using this method. And a couple of platforms that you can use to do this are Deribit and LedgerX. So thanks to Dan Hell for that option. And that's the end of the 5 different ways you can earn cryptocurrencies. If you enjoyed the video, I'd hugely appreciate, again, if you could smash the thumbs up button, leave a comment and subscribe. So thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed it. I hope you learned something, and I can't wait to see you in the next one. And if you want to use any of these methods, use my referral links in the description box. Would help me a little bit. So thank you so much for watching, and cheers.